discoveries of things we can't even envision today.
Good morning and welcome to the Space Coast of Florida. I'm NASA's Megan Cruz and we are counting down to liftoff of 3 new space weather missions. We have everything you need to know about each one, but first, my co-host, NASA heliophysicist Kelly Corrick.
It's an amazing day for a launch, Megan.
Beautiful. We're about to see sunrise here. Wow, I just need you to turn around. Gorgeous view there,
It's
and then
beautiful.
also the launch pad right here. We are ready for liftoff. But Kelly, tell everyone what you do as a heliophysicist.
As a heliophysicist, I study all things sun, especially that space weather that we were talking about, and all of the effects it has here on Earth, from our power grids to astronauts in space.
And all 3 missions are going to help us study our sun. So we have NASA's Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, or IMAP, NASA's Carruthers Geocorona Observatory, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Space Weather Follow-On Lagrange 1, or SWIFO L1. Today's launch time is 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time from Launch Pad 39A here right behind us. And let's introduce you now to our team of commentators paying very close attention to the countdown. That's NASA's Daryl Nail and Norman Phelps here in Florida, and Amanda Years from SpaceX in Hawthorne, California.
That's right. Thank you very much, Megan. Norman Phelps, Mission Manager with Launch Services Program here at NASA. Thank you for being in the booth with us today.
Happy to be here.
We're glad to have you. And, of course, as you mentioned, Amanda Years is in Hawthorne, California with SpaceX. We've been going through a number of polls today, and the spacecraft poll, we just heard them go. This is the IMAP poll, which as the primary mission, they have the right to say, hey, something's not right, we might need a hold, but that hasn't been the case. Clear poll there. You've been listening in some polls as well.
Yeah, so not only is the spacecraft poll looking good, but our engineering team here at NASA LSP actually did a quick poll as well, just to see if we were ready to step into the other poll, which is coming up sooner, the big one, talking about prop load, and that poll cleared as well. So far, we're looking good here as we go towards launch this morning.
And when we get into that prop load poll, it's important to note that that locks in our T0. And at the moment, we have a 7:30 and 50 seconds a.m. Eastern Time launch. And this takes into account a COLA report, which they did, which quickly, what is that?
Yeah, that's the collision launch avoidance poll. Look, what they do is they want to make sure that when we launch, we don't run into any satellites, the ISS, or anything up there in orbit, because we don't want to create any debris. That'd be a bad day. So we're making sure that everything's clear, everything's being done decent and in order before we launch.
All right. Great update there. Let's toss it over to Amanda.
Good morning from the West Coast. Daryl and Norman, it's great to see you both. I'm Amanda Years, a ground systems engineer here at SpaceX in Hawthorne, California. And we'll be with you through today's countdown to launch all the way up to spacecraft separation. So currently at the T-minus about 47-minute mark, Falcon 9 is tracking no issues and our payload is healthy. Earlier today, the Falcon 9 team reported on console at the T-minus 2 hour and 15-minute mark to begin their final checks. And then final checkout of the flight termination system was performed at T-minus 1 hour and 45 minutes. Coming up next, we expect our team to complete a technical readiness poll that'll be at the T-minus 38-minute mark to proceed with propellant load and launch. Now, we're currently forecasting favorable weather conditions with a 10% probability of violation. We'll be back with more in a bit, but for now, we're going to send it over to Megan and Kelly at Kennedy Space Center.
Thank you, Amanda, Norman, and Daryl. Now, before we go any further, a quick programming note. We are also broadcasting this launch in Spanish, and you can watch it by scanning this QR code on your screen or jotting down the address you also see there. Now, Kelly, let's define some key terms that's really going to help everyone understand why IMAP, SWIFO L1, and Carruthers are so important. So first, the exosphere. That's the outer layer of Earth's atmosphere. So we'll pull up a video just so you can see what we're saying here. And then there's Earth's magnetosphere, or magnetic field, that protects us from harmful solar radiation. And then finally, the heliosphere, a vast bubble created by the sun's solar wind that surrounds our entire solar system. Kelly?
Yes, the heliosphere is definitely vast. It's 9 billion miles away from Earth. And that's our first shield for all the galactic cosmic rays and the galactic wind and that space weather that it can cause. And then we have shields in terms of the fact that we have the magnetosphere that's around us that also protects us from space weather, and then the exosphere. And all these different places, space weather is a little bit different, so we need different things in different places.
So it's really understanding the different shields that protect us from the space weather.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Gotcha. Well, as you can see, everyone, Kelly is very, very smart, so feel free to ask her any questions about today's missions by using the hashtag AskNASA, and we will try to answer as many as we can live. Now, NASA is about to poll its teams to see if they're ready to begin fueling the Falcon 9. Let's send it back to Daryl, Norman, and Amanda.
All right, thank you very much. And indeed, we are getting ready for the NASA Launch Manager poll, Norman, and tell us a little bit about what this poll is.
Yeah, so Dr. Denton Gibson, our NASA launch manager, what he's going to do now is he's going to go through each of the different disciplines that are actually on console. He's going to talk to our chief engineer. He's going to talk to the NASA Launch Services Program Office. He's going to talk to the SMD office, so forth and so on, to make sure that everyone is gearing up and that everyone is ready for us to begin prop loading. Once he gives that go, no-go, we're then going to pass our go, no-go, then on to SpaceX, who's then going to conduct their own internal poll, and then we're going to proceed with fueling from there.
And we got that at T-minus 43 minutes, so we're about